Is there a pile of cash out there with your name on it? It is not as crazy as it sounds.
As News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart discovered on special assignment, the state is holding on to hundreds of millions of dollars in unclaimed money, and some of it could be yours.
A quick search online can yield some big results.
You never know.
With the click of a button, you may find money you didn't know you had.
The number is always rising.
Stephanie Chardon-Clark is the cabinet secretary for New Mexico's Tax and Revenue Department, which oversees the state's unclaimed property.
There's a number of different types of unclaimed property. Some of them are tax refunds that haven't been claimed. Some of them are account balances.
Basically, it's missing money that most people don't know they're missing, and there's a lot of it. The state is currently sitting on nearly $286 million in unclaimed cash, a number that gets larger every year. So who does it belong to? Anyone can search their name on missingmoney.com.
Full disclosure, I went online and searched mine and my family's names. I found out my 94-year-old grandma has some unclaimed money from an overpayment on an insurance policy years ago.
To collect your cash, you can request a claim form from the state. We paid my grandma a visit.
And I found out that you have $218 that you can just claim.
I have $218. Where?
In the state, just sitting, waiting for you to sign this piece of paper so you can get a check.
Okay.
Of course, anyone collecting money has to prove they're the rightful owners. So along with a notary stamp and signature on your form, you have to send in copies of your ID and social. But if you follow through, it can be easy money.
It helps, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just individuals who are owed money. Businesses and government agencies have piles of cash they could be putting to use. We searched City of Albuquerque and found a long list of unclaimed property owed to the city, tens of thousands of dollars worth. Renee Martinez is the director for the City of Albuquerque's Finance and Administrative Services Department.
It's not really surprising for us that there's that many items, but it is a great opportunity for us to go ahead and claim it.
She says when Mayor Keller took office, he instructed staff to check the city's unclaimed property report.
We asked our treasurer, who's been at the city for about 20 years, whether or not that had been done before, and she said not to her knowledge at all, and she's been here for quite a bit.
So far, the City of Albuquerque has successfully recouped more than $126,000 in unclaimed property. The missing money comes from things like cashier's checks written to the city that were either lost or never cashed, money for false fire alarm fees, overpayments to vendors, and real estate deals. There's still another $66,000 in unclaimed property the city is working to collect.
It goes into our general fund, which really doesn't have any restricted uses. So, conceivably we can use that to support any department, police, fire, you name it.
Chardon-Clark says some of the money sitting with the state has been there for decades. On average, they receive roughly $33 million in unclaimed property a year. Tax and Rev is only able to match and return about $10 million of it.
Given those numbers, you can see why it grows. The amount that we have in custody grows by over $20 million a year on average.
When someone dies without a will, their estate can also become unclaimed property. That's the case for the person with the biggest account, and what drove us to New Mexico's southern border.
The biggest account of unclaimed property in the entire state of New Mexico is worth more than $600,000. It belongs to a man who used to live in this house in Las Cruces. His name is Ralph Leet.
When he passed away, we became the custodians of the property in the year 2000.
This is Ralph Leet's last known address. Neighbors we found say they moved in after Leet died and didn't know him.
I think they're one of the oldest ones around.
Chardon-Clark says someone has tried to claim Leet's money but couldn't prove they were a rightful heir.
Without a valid will, rightful heirs are determined like this. Your estate is first shared with the surviving spouse and children. If there are none, it would go to your parents. Next in line are siblings. And if none of these are an option, like in Leet's case, well, it becomes harder to prove lineage. Ralph Leet's estate, will that ever become property of the state of New Mexico?
No, it could stay there forever.
By law, the state is prepared to pay out unclaimed property at any given time. So what's stopping you?
If you think about being able to inject an additional $280-some million into the economy, that's money that can help families buy groceries, that can help kids be prepared for school. It's money that can be put to use in the economy instead of, sitting in our coffers.
On special assignment, Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
The easy part is finding out you have unclaimed property. Where most people fall short is taking the time to fill out the claim form and send it in. We found out KRQE is even owed some cash, $861. Tax and Rev advertises in local newspapers once a year, but you can check for yourself if you have any missing money. Just head to alwayson.krqe.com. Mark, have you checked it?
I just did. I got over $100 headed my way too. Are you more than 100?
Yeah, this
You
is
beat
you.
us to the punch.
This is you. We were going to give
that's
this to you. We were
me.
going to say,
If
hey,
your name is Mark Ronchetti, this story gets even better. There's your, there's your
we checked.
paperwork.
Yeah, you have some money coming.
Yep. Some sort of escrow account going on. I am gonna. Did you guys turn it in for me?
We've
No, we
actually
haven't.
collected it, and
Yes. We've already spent
we're just gonna take a little off the
So
top
funny.
and hand it over.
I heard her story. I'm like, grrr.
I mean,
You can't even surprise him with
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
So funny.
okay.
No wonder you asked her. Right.